Welcome everyone at home. My name is Miss G, and I am with an organization called Musical IQ. And for the last 8 weeks together, I have been working very closely with each of your students here, and we have been playing some drums together. But not just that, we've been traveling all throughout the world, starting in Africa, and then traveling across the Atlantic and exploring some of the Caribbean, South America, and North America. But today we have chosen our 3 favorite songs that we got to learn together, and we chose a couple games and exercises that really showed off how everyone gets to be a leader in their own respect, and some other really exciting games that will show us how exciting music can be at different volumes. So we are going to begin our recital with the very first song that we learned, and that was over in West Africa when we learned about our instrument, the djembe. Can we all sing djembe? Djembe from Africa. And we had a great time learning about the 2 sounds that we can make on our djembes. But let's go ahead and begin this Malinke drum tradition known as the cuckoo. Here we go, everyone. Along with the call that we began and ended the song with. So, after we learned about the cuckoo, one of our favorite games that we wanted to try together is called Dynamics Conductor, which is all about how soft and loud we are going to play. So I am going to welcome up Caden to the stage. You can leave your djembe there. And Caden is our Dynamics Conductor, who's going to tell us exactly how loud and soft to play our drum roll. Everyone, let's begin. Conductor. You can head back to your seat. All right, that was one of our most exciting games, getting to really show how exciting music can sound when we change volumes at whatever speed we want to. So now we are going to play a really cool song that we learned about in South Africa. This is a Zulu tradition known as the Ndlamu, which is usually played on a sigubu bed. marching bass drum that we usually sit down there. So, let's begin the Inzalamu, everyone. Introduce a really great exercise and a really great game that gets to show off how everyone got to come up with their own ideas, their own beats, their own rhythms they got to play on their djembes. And this really shows some great self-expression. And we got to try this out when we traveled to Brazil and hung out at Copacabana Beach. So let's begin our solo break exercise, everyone. Let's begin our rhythm. Everybody start, great job. Right back, go, get ready, big solo. 1, 2, everybody stop. Everybody start, great job. Listen, do you want to take solo? 1, 2, everybody stop. Everybody start, great job. Everybody start! take a solo? All right, 1, 2, everybody stop. Everybody start, great job. Ready to take a solo? 1, 2, everybody stop. Everybody start, great job. Alright everyone, is there anyone that wanted to take a solo that didn't get the chance to? Do you want to take a solo? No, that's okay. 1, 2, everybody stop. Alright, let's give them all a round of applause for taking some great solos. One of my favorite parts about that game is that everyone gets to express themselves in a slightly different way. Whether it's a rhythm that they want to play really fast, or something that they created when they were thinking beforehand, or even replaying some really fun rhythms like the clave and cowbell rhythm, which we learned when we traveled to Cuba. Which reminds me, that is actually our last destination that we are going to be performing a song from. And so, when we traveled across the Atlantic Ocean, we finally made it to the Caribbean, and in our 4th week together, we learned about Cuban son. And this is a style of music that uses the claves and cowbell, and so I would like to welcome Amadius up to the stage as our clave player. Amadius, come on up and grab the cowbell or claves. And if there's anyone else that would like to play the claves, we have some extras to pass around. Alright. Alright. We got some additional claves players. Alright. Let's begin Cuban song. Wonderful job, everyone. Let's give them a round of applause for playing some great Cuban songs. Great work from the audience. A great job on the claves and our additional claves players. All right. And so that concludes our musical IQ recital. Thank you all so much for getting to play some djembe with me, learning about such amazing songs and music traditions from all over the world. And I hope to see you guys in the future. Take care.